We are ready. It's time to suit up, make some sealer, get in the booth, and knock out Tim's cab. Okay, I'm in the booth, suited up obviously, ready to get going on Tim's truck. One of the first things I am going to do is I'm going to seal this spray out card so I can check this with the bed throughout the process today, make sure that I get it as close as possible. I do have a top coat color. I have a system down how I'm going to do this. I got a pre-base, then I got a top coat color. All my coats have been counted for, my PSI, everything. For my coverage coats all the way to my last clear coats. So I'm going to repeat the step, but also I'm going to use the spray out card as a little bit of insurance as well to hopefully make sure that everything goes smoothly. I don't know yet if I'm going to clear the whole thing or if I'm going to wait till this evening to clear it or if I'm going to wait till the morning to clear it. I'm just gonna see how things are going. Whatever the vibe is what'll happen. Yeah, it's hot. It's 11:30. It's a suicide mission for sure. I just want to briefly go over what just happened in there. If you guys are watching, see here, I'll do a little demonstration. So here's my feather tape, okay? This is what the edge of the jams look like when we mask it. So let's pretend this is the jam right here. And I've got my feathered edge here, okay? Now if I shoot sealer this way, most likely that sealer is gonna blow in anywhere it can and roll in further into that feather edge than I want it to. So even though it's a pain in the butt, I started from the cab, or the fender, and shot forward. And as I shot forward, I had an angle on my gun shooting my sealer, so my sealer would kind of roll, almost overspray past this a little bit and not be so dominant on this edge. My main focal point with the sealer is just getting it all one somewhat color like the bed was and making sure the cab side is sealed white so that the cab side is a direct match to the bed when I paint the bed. So now that I've got my sealer down, I will go in there with my color and I'll apply my color just like normal, back and forth, all the way up and over. I'm not worried about that blowing in there because now I'll have true color, minus the pearl, but I'll have true color wrapping around that edge, which will be way less noticeable than a bright white sealer edge. And by the time I'm done with the pearl and the clear, hopefully by that time, it just melts right in like butter. Okay, so I've got 2 coats of base over my sealer. I'm gonna let that flash and cool down for a minute, go drink some water, and then I'll go in there and shoot some more color. It is not going very smooth. It is very hot. It is noon, Wednesday. So maybe I'll start lining out payroll. I gotta get that done today amongst a whole bunch of other things. But yeah, I've still got some time left on this truck before it'll be cleared. I think I might nib the whole thing, just smooth it out a little bit, tack it off, and then I'll do my final coat and then my pearl coat. Yeah, so to be determined.
How's it going, everybody? I am in the middle of our 2-post lift underneath the dually bed that we've shown you previously. This is the one that has all the bead rolled panels that I bodyworked the top of. It's technically kind of like a patina truck, so the outside's not getting painted. The underneath is all completely getting bed lined. So I am underneath here now. I am prepping the original bed sides, the inside of the outer bed sides, the inside of the inner bed sides, and then all of this tubed frame that has been custom built and all of the sheet metal and the new wheel tubs, that is all getting prepped as well. I like to start with 180 grit. It cuts everything off. It's kind of a finer rake, and then I'm gonna go back through and go with 80 grit because that gives us a bigger tooth for the bed liner to stick to. I was kind of maybe thinking of bed lining this whole thing at once, but that is a lot of material and a lot to do, so I'm gonna focus on the underneath, get that all prepped, just spray the underneath, mask up the top, and then spray the top in a second round, because I also have a giant, this opening right here is taken up by a steel door that matches the rest of these panels. So when I spray the underneath, I'm gonna spray the underneath of that door, and when I spray the top, I'm gonna spray the top of that door. And I'm gonna really make sure that that door is in the same orientation, and when I spray the top of the bed, I'm gonna come across and spray the top of the door, so that way my texture is the same, the droplet's the same, and it will look like I sprayed it all together at once, because that's the objective. We want it all to match. So this is a pretty dirty job. I mean, you're underneath it, and I mean, it's kind of a catch-22. It's really convenient to use the lift, and I can go up and down, get at the height I want, but I do have a mask on, but I'm kind of, all the stuff is raining down on my face, and it's kind of a dirty job, but also the way I look at it is it's pretty nice to have the opportunity to make the underneath of the cabs and the beds this nice. That when you look under these trucks, that everything is painted, everything is bed lined, everything is seam sealed, it looks really nice. So yeah, it stinks, but it's also, I can remember a time years ago when I didn't have the opportunity to make this that nice. So that's great.
Okay, we've got the entire cab sanded. I used a DA sander first with this 800 soft pad by 3M. What I like about this stuff here is that I was able to pull it off. It's Velcro back, and I was able to use it by hand. Stuff is awesome. Nice and squishy, but it actually sands really good. So if you haven't tried this stuff, you should give it a shot. I know they go from 800 all the way up to probably 3,000 or 4,000 or 5,000, but I have used this before, not in the 800. It's my first time using the 800. I've used it in 1,000, and I really liked it. So I found out they had it in 800, got it. Worked out really good for what I'm doing here. I was able to knock down that top edge after the sealer and all the base coat. So now I'm ready for my final base coat and then my pearl coat. hot out. It's gotta be 100 and hell degrees out. Truck is ready to accept its final clear. And it can't come soon enough. This thing has beat me mentally, physically, every way possible. It has fought me the entire time. All right, that is it. That's it, Tim. That's it. That's all the clear coat you get. We're in the spray and pray process. Laid down our final coat and our drop coat, and now we just wait and watch paint dry. It is super hot. Holy crap. Can't wait to look back on this video the next time somebody asks me to clear an entire truck in satin or matte, because I already know what the answer to that question is going to be. There are jobs that you do that really test your ability, your skill set, and your patience. And there are jobs that you take on because you are just flat out stupid. Clearing a truck like that in a satin finish or matte finish or eggshell finish or any of those kinds of finishes when it's over 100 degrees outside is insanity. I mean, doing a firewall, maybe even an interior, some jams, sure, I can see that, and still struggling. But painting an entire truck, yeah, I'm done with that. Thank God I'm done with that. All we got left to do is paint your mirrors, Tim, bedline the inside of your bed, and then we can get you together and get you back over to Trade 5.